IFL TV, MTK Global. With me, I've got IBF and WBA Super Champion Ryan Burnett. Firstly, great to see you, Ryan. Looking very sharp, mate.
Thanks very much. Good to see you, as always.
Good win for Josh Kelly today. No doubt you're pleased to see him showing off his skills in such an emphatic manner.
Yeah, I thought the guy who was fighting, he was very awkward. He was running quite a bit. But Josh done the right thing. He stuck with it and picked his shots, which was good to see.
Starting to develop into a real exciting talent. No doubt you see in the gym day in, day out how good he is. How far do you think Josh Pretty Boy Kelly can go?
I definitely mark him as a world champion. I see him in there sparring the likes of top level, and he's even better in the gym, you know. So I'm looking forward to him getting in there, getting into the ring with someone with a higher opposition, because that's where I think he'll really show his colours. So he's developing really well, and I definitely think he can go all the way.
Real talented stable under Adam Booth. It seems like he's rejuvenated and got a whole fresh crop of young-faced, talented mercenaries in the firm.
Yeah, Adam. He's busy in the gym, but he's got a lot of work there, you know, and he doesn't work with anybody. So he's got good lads there, and it's busy times for Adam.
There's been a lot made of a potential unification clash between yourself and Zolani Tete. I don't know how close it is to being made, but from your point of view, has there been any negotiations that you can tell us about from team to team?
I told Eddie, listen, I'll fight anybody, and that's the top and bottom of it. I don't make those calls. I'm a boxer, so I'd fight anybody. I think I proved that when I fought Zanat. You know, but at the end of the day, it's down to Eddie, it's down to Adam. They call the shots. All I do is keep myself in the gym, keep myself right, keep myself training, and I leave the rest down to the rest of them, you know.
Brilliant win over Zanit Zakhianov. Did you expect to, as we spoke about, face your gym mate in a unification clash? Now you've had a time to sort of look back on everything.
No, I never really thought of it, just because there's so many people out there that I could be fighting, but. It was a tough night's work for me. I think it brought me on leaps and bounds, but I think it showed me that I can adapt to pretty much any style and come through it. The likes of Zanit, he's a bull. Like he wasn't for slowing down, and I was capable of dealing with it, changing my own plans and getting through it. So it's a good one.
Seen world champions come unstuck of late. James DeGale notably against Caleb Truax for his IBF world title. Do you take that as a lesson and maybe as a heat not to underestimate fighters, or maybe to put in due diligence into the gym?
Definitely, and not just because I'm world champion. I've had that attitude, never to overlook anybody, because in boxing one punch can change the whole fight. So I never overlook anybody, not a chance.
What were your thoughts on Vasyl Lomachenko, Guillermo Rigondeaux? The fight ended not as anyone would have anticipated it to. What was your thoughts on that whole situation?
I think Lomachenko, he was a bit too big, a bit too skillful, a bit too fresh. I think it's a big shame that Rigondeaux has had to he's basically draw out his boxing career because no one will go near him. I think that's a big shame, and he had to jump up a couple of weight divisions just to get a fight. So I think that's a bit of a shame, but he was in there against a very big lad. But he pulled out, which I don't really know the full extent of the reasons. But it is what it is. He had to jump up a few weights just to get a fight, so I think that speaks for itself.
You have empathy for him. The fact he couldn't get a fight at his regular weight, no one would challenge him. He's then had to go up a couple of weight classes and do the unthinkable to try and showcase his talent and get a big payday effectively.
Yeah, I think it's a massive shame. Rigondeaux is one of the best boxers, one of the best pure boxers I've ever seen, and he's been literally drawn out of the sport simply because he's that good. I think that's a big shame, and it's unfair for him. So.
We've seen Tyson Fury and the UCAD situation now resolved. Tyson Fury free to box again in 2018. Massive news potentially for the big man, and from your point of view, good to see him back?
Yeah, it's good to see him back. He brings a lot of colour. He brings a lot of colour to the division, and a lot of sparks. So it's going to be interesting to see how he goes about his business. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure everyone else in the UK is looking forward to it as well.
Potentially some big heavyweight clashes next year. We've got such a great heavyweight division domestically and on the world scene, so it'd be great to see him in the mix again.
Yeah, I feel like taking a year off boxing, putting my feet up and just watching the heavyweight division, if I'm honest. There's some serious fights out there that get made, which is going to draw massive crowds. You know what I mean? This is what boxing needs. Fights like Joshua and Fury. You know what I mean? It's amazing for boxing. So as a fan's perspective, I can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward to it.
Adam Booth says you're going to have a chilled out Christmas and New Year, having been in camp after camp throughout 2017. When can we anticipate seeing you back in action, defending the IBF and WBA world titles?
I just want to sit back and enjoy some time with my family. I spent a lot of time in the UK, drawn away from my family, but now I can be with my family. So I'm using the time wisely, being with them, and then in the new year I'll get my head down and I'll go and do what I do best, and that's pick up more belts.
Ryan Burnett, thank you very much for coming to IFL TV. Great to get you back on the channel, mate, and have yourself a good Christmas and good New Year.
Nice one, thanks very much, man.